morning. You're watching PA Harness Week. I'm Sharla McBride. We are here at the windy but autumnal Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs this week. We're shooting some promos for 2015, and we're also here to show you some of the best races that happened here just last weekend. Take a look at what you can expect to see in this next half hour. In this week's show, I'll get up close and personal with driver Tom Jackson right here at Pocono Downs. Plus, we'll head to Harrah's for the historic series. And the center of the harness racing universe was at Balmoral this past weekend. We've got all the races and much more next. The hottest horsecasters on TV are right here on PA Harness Week, and it's starting right now on Comcast Sportsnet.
They're off.
Hello there, harness racing fans, and welcome to PA Harness Week. I'm Steve Ross, she's Heather Vitale, and you can see that our digs are a little bit different tonight than the usual. We usually shoot the show at Harrah's, Philly, but today we are at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. What a magnificently perfect day. The mountains behind us, you can get a sense for what's going on here. And
I know, because it's so beautiful here.
Was I being childish?
Well, you know what it is?
What?
You're trying to get everyone to come out and enjoy it here at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. So if that means teasing and being childish, I'm okay with that.
It was kind of, I wanted to have kind of a shared experience kind of thing. You feel me? Okay. All right, let's get right to the action, shall we? Saturday's 8th race at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. CD, as in Condition Pacers, in the spotlight, and my boo Heather's got that action for you.
Yes, I do. Non-winner $17,500. Last five. The purse is $18,000. Number 2 is Ideal Matters. He should really love taking this step down in class, and he has a great post to boot. Number 5 is Word Power. Beat his rivals in the same condition last time out. And then number 6 is Attaboy Dan. Took a mark of 148.4 earlier this year, and that makes him the fastest in this group.
Now from the pocket, Ideal Matters, who has the back class here. The 6-5 favorite, going to take the lead for George Napolitano Jr. Raging Ryan, fresh off a win at Harrah's, trying to sting him there, and settles the pocket second. Those top two separating from third. Hot Roddy by another 2 there. Then comes Attaboy Dan. Word Power won in this group last time out, but this time coming from off the pace, following cover second over. Inside of him, Mosey Terror. Handsome Henry K off back-to-back wins, his 7th shipping in. Then Colby Jayton up front, Country Boy. Half mile 50. 4-2, 28 even, second panel. Fractions quick here. Ideal Matters stretching it out to about 1 3/4 lengths now. It's Attaboy Dan on the outside, coming up a bit closer. Meanwhile, Raging Ryan losing some ground there, backing up the inside. Word Power second over in striking position. Handsome Henry K following that. Inside nowhere for Hot Roddy to go, and then further back there to up front Country Boy. 3/4, 122 even, 27 3/3 panel, and it's still Ideal Matters. Attaboy Dan couldn't hang, takes cover on the inside. Word Power tries to come up on the outside. Top of the stretch, Ideal Matters. The lead now about 2.5. Word Power closing well on the outside now. It's Ideal Matters. Word Power lunging at him here. Ideal Matters by a length. Word Power one last chance. No, Ideal Matters.
Ideal Matters. And so does a drop in class sometimes. Yes, with George Napolitano in the bike, they make an early move and they lead the way around the oval in 150 flat. Word Power came home the fastest and he finished second. Third went to Attaboy Dan.
All right, well, when I say BM, what do you think of, Heather? You think of the harness capital of the world, which
Balmoral.
Exactly, which was Saturday night,
Of course, why wouldn't
which was
I?
Balmoral. Okay, Saturday's 9th, we got a bunch of races to show you. The American national races, big stuff. 4-year-old and up stake. This is a trot. Number 1, Archangel with Yannick Gingras was the 9-5 chalk. Number 2, Creatine, who is red hot lately, fresh off beating Sebastian K at the Red Mile, was 2-1 with Dan Noble. Number 5, Market Share and Timmy Titrick, 7-2. And here's the call.
Archangel, a short lead. Creatine just off of the leader. Uncle Peter settling in third. Market Share coming away fourth off the gate. Further back to Wishing Stone, to Longwell. Lindy's True Grit, and trailing is Master of Law. in line now to the quarter pole, and out front is Archangel, clear over Creatine, who's following second to the leader. Uncle Peter third, 27 second opening panel. Down along the inside, Market Share traveling fourth, 4.5 away to leader. 1 length further back there, picking up 4. Wishing Stone out and rolling at the back now, trying to advance was Master of Law. Longwell a shuffled 7th, remaining at the back, Lindy's True Grit. Archangel is out front, nearing the half. Creatine directly behind the leader. Tetrick has pulled Market Share first up, 3rd. Covered up along the inside, 4th is Uncle Peter. Wishing Stone following up off gap cover now is racing up to be 5th. 4 off of the leader now, gapping outside, the Master of Law, Longwell, Lindy's True Grit. That 55 1/2 for Archangels, whose lead is 3/4 of a length. Market Share now trying to latch onto the leader's wheel. Inside along the inside is Creatine. Shuffle back there. Uncle Peter outside to Wishing Stone. They're at 3/4 and 123. Archangel remains clear a length. Market Share outside of the leader. Down along the pylons. Creatine trying to power through. Then out of the middle is Wishing Stone. Here's Creatine. Wishing Stone closing ground. Down along the inside to Archangel. Creatine is clear.
Archangel went right to the front with Creatine nestled comfortably in the 2-hole. Market Share came rolling up the challenge, and Archangel was forced to trot a 27-4 third panel that essentially cooked him. Meanwhile, Creatine was just chilling, waiting on the long Balmoral stretch when Dan Noble pushed the button, and he was gone, trotting the fastest mile in Balmoral history, 1:51.3. Wishing Stone closed well for Matt Kelly to get the belly. Archangel was 3rd.
Another American National Stake, $227,000, 3-year-old pacing colts and geldings. And here there's 2 to really watch for. Number 8 is Limelight Beach. He's the better choice. Now remember, he just won the ultra famous Little Brown Jug, and now he's back in some stakes action, continuing his winning ways, he hopes. But then there's number 9, JK Endofanera, second choice. He is coming off that really great Tattersall's win in Kentucky. Oh, and don't forget, he won the prestigious North America Cup earlier in the year.
They're off. Break the 8. Limelight Beach off stride. JK Endofanera now firing away from the outside, inside to unlocked. Some size, some style. Those 3 into the first turn. And getting to the front here is JK Endofanera. Just inside unlocked, coming away second. Some size, some style. Racing in early 3rd. Racing in 4th at press time as they go to the quarter. Then Capital Account, Bushwhacker. Outside pacing, Limelight Beach. Caught inside, shuffled 8 there. Winds of Change. Final 2 at the back there. We'll go pick up Let's Drink on it. Then outside to Limelight Beach, 27 for the opening quarter. And JK Endofanera is out front, unlocked. Traveling second to the leader by 2 lengths. Some size, some style. 3rd, Capital Account. First up for Tetrick, racing up to be 4th. Covered up at press time, Bushwhacker. Rolling up second over, 3rd over Wind of Change. Limelight Beach caught inside, shuffled back was the 5. Winds of Change and Let's Drink on it. 55 1, and JK Endofanera taking him around the bend, clear by 1 length. Unlocked, second to neck. Capital Account evenly first up, 3rd. Nowhere to go, some size, some style. Bushwhacker. Second over to 5th now is 4 to make up. Then outside, traveling 3rd over. That's the 10. Somewhere in L.A. Limelight Beach is going 3 wide. They're at 3/4 of a mile, turning for home. JK Endofanera is well clear. 1:22, 3/4 unlocked. Is further back at the pylons, racing in second. Out in the middle, Limelight Beach trying to re-rally off that early miscue. Up front, it remains JK Endofanera.
Trainer Ron Burke picks up the American National victory.
Who?
But Ron Burke, yeah, familiar name.
Heard him.
But not with the horse that everybody thought that he was going to do it with, right? The better choice was Limelight Beach. He ends up going off stride in the beginning of the race. Now, he did rally back to finish 5th, but it's Ron Pierce with JK Endofanera. They are out of post 9, jetting to the front, and he's like 3 lengths ahead of the field by the time they get to the quarter pole, and he just stays there to win in 1:49 1. Somewhere in LA was second, and then Let's Drink on it. He took home the 3rd money.
Okay, more American National classy races from Balmoral coming up later on in the show, I promise. But when we come back, we're going to go right here, Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, and see some classy racing action. Don't go away.
Bolt the door. The accomplished veteran closing in on $2 million in his career is the 2-5 favorite.
When it's your time to shine, what will you do? At Mohegan Sun, wherever tonight takes you, it's your time to shine.
The world is full of compromises, but not here. Not on this stage, not in this race, not in this sport. Every bet is a hope. Return on investment comes in seconds. This is harness racing. We welcome you to the Harness Racing Fan Zone. See it all for yourself. Feel it in all the passion. Share that experience with others. The Harness Racing Fan Zone puts you in the driver's seat.
Hi there, we're back. Heather Vitale and Steve Ross. This is PA Harness Week. And you know, whenever we come up to Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, we like to go into the driver colony here and interview some drivers and trainers that maybe you haven't seen before on the show. And such is the case today as our Sharla McBride caught up with trainer driver Tom Jackson.
All right, thanks guys. I'm here with driver Tom Jackson. Tom, we want to get to know you a little bit here today. What got you started in the sport of harness racing?
My dad raced horses. When I grew up, we had a farm in the Eastern Shore of Maryland, and he trained probably 30, 40 head all the time. So I grew up in the sport.
So how young were you when you first started getting interested?
Well, I was in the barn since I can remember, and I probably started jogging horses when I was 7, 8 years old.
So you've been doing this for decades now. We'll say 10 years here at Pocono. What do you like most about this track here at Pocono Downs?
It's such a speed track. The surface is so forgiving to the horses, and I train a few, and it's a big advantage to be here and train over this track. Of course, it's a home field advantage for the horses that are stabled here, but it's so easy on the horses, and it's just a great piece of dirt.
Doing this for so long, you win some, you lose some. Are there some moments that stand out in your mind as some of the greatest moments in your career so far?
Over the years, I've won a lot of stake races. That's always nice. Of course, the more money, the nicer. But I like trotters more than pacers, really, if I had to pick. And just driving a good horse, the money doesn't really matter sometimes. Just you enjoy what you're doing, and the better quality animal, the more fun it is.
Now, do you have family that you think you'll pass this down to, like your dad kind of passed it down to you?
I have a daughter that just turned 15, and she loves the horses, but if she wants to do something else, that's okay too.
So she loves the horses. Does she come out here with you? Do you let her drive her a little bit? Does she come out and hang out with you here?
Yeah, in the summer, she actually lives in Canada with her mom, but in the summer she spends 2 months here with me, 2.5 months, and she's at the barn every day and doing what she can.
Perfect. Well, good luck, and we hope you win some here tonight.
Thank you. I do too.
All right, back to you guys.
Thank you, Sharla, and thank you, Tom Jackson. Continued success here at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. More action you say you want? Well, we're going to deliver. Saturday's 10th at Pocono, a condition pace. Non-winners at $23,000. Last 5 starts, 21 dimes on the line. Number 1, Bolt the Doer was 2-5 with Simon Large and literally sneered at his opponents. Number 4, Scott Rocks with George Napolitano 3-1. Number 6, I Like Dreamin', because dreaming can make you mine. Kenny Nolan, thank you, was 7-1 with the aforementioned Tom Jackson.
Bolt the Door, the accomplished veteran, closing in on $2 million in his career as the 2-5 favorite. He's got the pocket seat. The pace has slowed considerably through the front stretch with no outside pressure on Scott Rocks. Better Than You in from Harrah's is 3rd. Delaware Hanover working on 3 straight wins sits 4th. Then comes E Street Plan, I Like Dreamin', Archangel Hanover at the back. The half 54-3, 28-3 second panel. Those fractions are solid, but not out of control here for this caliber. Scott Rocks can do that kind of number in his sleep, and he's comfortable there for George Knapp by about a length. Bolt the Door staying right close to him. Now a first over charge from E Street Plan with Joe Pavia Jr. aggressively towards the front, and I Like Dreamin' hot on his heels. Second over, boxed in is Better Than You. 3rd over, Archangel Hanover the back. Delaware Hanover 3/4, 122-2, 27-4 third panel. Scott Rocks now on even terms there. On the outside is E Street Plan. I Like Dreamin' getting ready to go 3 wide. Bolt the Door desperate for room. Top of the stretch, E Street Plan takes the lead away now. E Street Plan by about a length and a half.
Scott Rocks motored to the front and cut the mile when E Street Plan, sound like a horse should be owned by Bruce Springsteen, right? Off at 14-1 with Joe Pavia Jr. Engaged the leader and eventually wore him down, winning the mile in 149-4, just beating I Like Dreamin'. Number 7, Archangel Hanover, a 30-1 bomber with Ant Knapp, closed well to grab 3rd. When we come back, we're going to Harrah's Philly for their historic Goshen Cup series. Don't you dare go away.
Up on the outside, here comes the undefeated Yankee Bounty.
Tonight, it's ladies' night. The lights are low, and the stakes are high. Sometimes ladies' night is just a date night in disguise. At Mohegan Sun, wherever tonight takes you, it's your time to shine.
This message is brought to you by the more than 23,000 folks all across the Commonwealth, your friends, your neighbors, who proudly earn their living in Pennsylvania's horse racing and breeding industries. Each year, horse racing provides well over $4 billion in economic impact statewide, and horse racing is directly responsible for jobs, tens of thousands of solid, good-paying jobs. In Erie, Harrisburg, Philadelphia, everywhere you look. Horse racing in Pennsylvania, it's a winner.
Hello there, and welcome back to PA Harness Week. We're at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. She's Heather Vitale, I'm Steve Ross, and as promised, we go to Harrah's Philly for the historic series, the Goshen Cup. Not to be confused with Ramia Cup. It is Sunday's 5th, and lovely Heather's got that for you.
Yes, these are 2-year-old pacing colts. The purse is over $34,000. Number 4 is Yankee Bounty, the heavy favorite at 1-9, undefeated so far. He's 8 for 8 going into this race, and remember, he is a Pennsylvania Sire Stakes champion. Number 2 is In the Arsenal. He's a second choice, coming off a really big win at Lexington, and this horse is 2 years old, and he's already paced under 150.
Up on the outside, here comes the undefeated Yankee Bounty by an opening quarter in 26 2/5 seconds. So it's Yankee Bounty who moves up to take the lead, and the Arsenal yields in second. They're in single file now with Sicily working from third. A better hand is fourth, about 4 lengths away from the lead. Brink of another length to Heaven Rocks in fifth, and the trailer is Bet You about 7 lengths away from leader Yankee Bounty, who calls the shots in the Arsenal. Right on the Jingra helmet, halftime 54 2, 28 second quarters. They race up the back stretch. Sicily working from third, 3 lengths away from the lead. Brink of another length and a half to a better hand in fourth. Brink of another length to Heaven Rocks fifth, and Bet You remains 7 lengths away from the lead. Single file towards 3 quarters, where Yankee Bounty turns it up a notch and opens up the lead to 2.5. In the Arsenal is second. Racing in third under Tap Urging is Sicily. Length and a half back to a better hat in fourth. 3 quarters, 122 3. 28 1 for 3 quarters. Yankee Bounty in the Arsenal vacates the pocket now. Sicily tightens down on battling leaders third. 3 lengths back to a better hand in fourth. They straighten away for the stretch drive. It's on inside Yankee Bounty. Outside Sears pops the plugs on him. The Arsenal who takes the lead.
Yankee Bounty had to work in 26 2 to get the front, and although he sets off the teletimers with ease, in the Arsenal and driver Brian Sears, they have a garden spot journey behind the favorite, and they just cruise by the leader in the stretch to win a 1:15.4 for trainer Kelvin Harrison. Yankee Bounty settled for second. Bet You picked up third.
In Sunday 7th at Harrah's Philly, another historic series, Goshen Cup. 2-year-old Colton Gelding Pacers. Number 4, ASCP Hanover with Tim Teacher was 4-5. Number 6, Hall of Terror. Sounds scary, but it is Halloween, is it not? It was 2-1 with Marcus Miller. Number 2, Lone Survivor and Ronnie Pierce was 3-1, and Mike Bozich has the call.
Lone Survivor first to the cones. Out 3 wide is Hall of Terror. In between horses, ASAP Hanover. Stover's defending pylon position. Break up 2 lengths to Wild again fifth. Inside 6th, Yankee Heaven. The trailer after a bit of a tardy beginning is Vegas Rocks. And up on the outside, ASAP Hanover moves up now to take the lead. The quarter's up in 27. Hall of Terror cannot find a home, so we'll move up to challenge the leader. Lone Survivor's back to third. In line 4th, Stover. 1 length better than Wild again fifth under the finish line the first time. Brink up 2 to Yankee Heaven, who's 6 lengths away from battling leaders, and Vegas Rocks is 4 lengths behind that one, trailing the field. So they make their approach to the half, and up on the outside, Hall of Terror forces yet another lead change. Back to second is ASAP Hanover. Back to third is Lone Survivor. 55 for the half, 28 for a contested first half. Back to fourth is Stover as they start up the back stretch. Inside fifth is Wild again, 2 lengths better than Yankee Heaven, and the trailer is Vegas Rocks, and quickly ASAP ASAP Hanover moves up to retake the lead. Lone Survivor now is first over. Back to third is Hall of Terror. Outside Stover moving well with covers second over. Outside fifth is Wild again. Around the far turn they go. ASAP Hanover's the one to catch. 3/4 123 and 4. Now Stover's launching up 3 wide. Lone Survivor couldn't generate anything in between horses. Hall of Terror's dropping back. Outside Wild again's moving up 3 wide with cover, but it might be all for naught because ASAP Hanover's built a wall of 6 as they straighten away.
ASAP Hanover got parked to the quarter before settling in second behind Wall of Terror. Then, apparently bored, Timmy Tetrick pulled the right line, cleared and jogged for fun in 151 and 3. Number 3, Stover, a 12-1 shot with Brett Miller, got second. Number 1, Yankee Heaven, a 76-1 bomber with Brian Sears, was third.
You know, there was one other division for the 2-year-old pacing colts for the Goshen Cup that day, and I just want to give props to Betting Exchange with David Miller driving. He won that 3rd division for trainer Tom Fanning.
All righty, good stuff. Stick around. When we come back, we're going back to Balmoral. More American national action will be in your face. It is going to be great.
Father Patrick, a half mile, 57 and 2, taken around the bench, clear by 3 lengths.
Feel the action. Get a taste of victory. Spice things up. And play to win. Mohegan Sun, off-track wagering. Allentown, Carbondale, East Stroudsburg. Always leave happy.
Hi there and welcome back to PA Harness Week, live this week from Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. And as promised, we're going back to Balmoral, which was the harness racing capital of the world, on Saturday night for more American national action. This time, Saturday's 4th 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters in action. And Heather's got that for you.
Yes, I do. The purse is $203,000. Now, it's not like this.
How many pairs of shoes can you buy with that?
Well, it depends on what brand it is.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah. It's not like there's a bunch of slouches in this race. Like, I would love to own any horse in this race. However, it's pretty much like, here's Father Patrick and everybody else, honestly, you know, when you're looking at the race. So my first thought is, oh my goodness, you know, he's just going to go for a stroll in this lovely evening in Illinois. You know, I mean, the horse has won, what, 10 wins out of 13 starts going into this race, all kinds of huge races.
But where's Nunzio?
Nuncio's not, his stablemate's not in here, Nuncio's not in here. And anyway, I already predicted that he would win. Let's see if I was right.
Father Patrick, odds on Amethyst, tightly behind the leader, second by 2. Rev Rack Harbor coming away 3rd. Fox Villavito trotting an early 4th. Then we go back to Donnie Andreas, EL Titan, Rompaway Galaxy, Sheer Flex. Trailing the field is the 10, Explosive Cash. And on a break is the 2, Off Stride, odds on Amethyst, off stride at the quarter and 28 and 2. And 8 leaves Father Patrick all alone here. Father Patrick is out front. Now 2 lengths clear of Rev Rack Harbor, the long shot closing up the gap 2nd. Fox Villavito traveling along the inside 3rd. Donnie Andreas trotting in 4th, 4.5 away to leader. Back to EL Titan, Rompaway Galaxy as Donnie Andreas beginning to tip out first up. And further back, gapping Sheer Flex, Explosive Cash, trotting, but at the back is the 2, odds on Amethyst. Father Patrick, a half mile, 57 and 2, taking around the bend, clear by 3 lengths. Rev Rack Harbor is second and neck. Donnie Andreas trotting up first up 3rd. EL Titan second over to 4th. A good 5 away to leader now. Bottled up is Fox Villavito. Rompaway Galaxy is 6th. 7 off the leader, then Sheer Flex. Odds on Amethyst, Explosive Cash, nearing 3/4 of a mile. Right now it's all Father Patrick, who's good 4 lengths cleared. Donnie Andreas working into the 2nd spot, tipping wide EL Titan. 3/4, 124 and 4, and Father Patrick is well clear.
Father Patrick goes a wire to wire with Yannick Gingras in the sulky.
Just as you predicted.
Just as I predicted, yes,
Amazing.
That's right. You know, at one point, coming down the stretch, he's like 8 lengths ahead of the rest of the field, and I kind of felt like he was like, yikes, I need to mosey home so that, you know, I don't like outdo everybody, you know, I don't want to be like a big show off. Anyway.
Are you a horse psychologist?
I am, yeah, horse whisperer. Jimmy Tactor trainee wraps the mile up in 152 and 2. The final time equal to Balmoral track record for sophomore trotting colts. EL Titan was 2nd, Rompaway Galaxy was 3rd.
How about another race? Saturday 6th at Balmoral. 3-year-old trotting fillies in action, and the reigning queen, number 9, Shake It Curry, was 4-5 with Ron Pierce, wired the field and beat her stablemate. Number 1, Lifetime Pursuit, who went off at 3-2 with Yankee Jingra, winning the mile in 1:52.2. CBS off at 6-1 with Scott Zeron, grabbed third.
In the $173,000 American National for 3-year-old filly pacers, Precious Beauty got a gorgeous trip. She left alertly, but then yielded to Act Now, who took the fillies around the track. Precocious Beauty's like, don't hate me because I'm beautiful, but John Campbell and I, we got this. She passes the leader to win in the stretch in 1:50.3 for trainer Greg McNair.
All right, you think we're done? Think again. Finally, older pacers take center stage at Balmoral in Saturday's 12th. What a heat this was, folks. Number 6, foiled again with Yankee Jingra, was the 2-1 chalk. Number 5, Clear Vision, his stablemate 5-2 with Brett Miller. Number 4, State Treasurer, who won the Alarage TVG Open last out at the Red Mile, 3-1 with Tim Tetrick. Ooh, this is going to be a goodie.
It's Ultimate Beach Boy, quickly joined by Foiled again, moving alongside leader. Better's Edge is outside of Horses Racing. Third, State Treasure getting away fourth off the gate. Thinking Out Loud, Al's Hammered, Clear Vision. Final two at the back, Beach Memories. And Trillion of Field, Captive Audience to the quarter in 27-2, and Foiled again as Better's Edge hung out a bit there. Now Better's Edge trying to slice in behind the leader and will. Now Ultimate Playboy covered up third. State Treasure out and rolling first over to fourth. Thinking Out Loud has been outside off the gate. His wide fifth there. Then along the inside to Al's Hammered, who's skirting along the pylons. Clear Vision is outside, traveling third over. Captive Audience has been shuffled back. Moving up one spot was Beach Memories. 54-4, they equal the opening panel. Foiled again, going at it with State Treasure. They're side by side around the bend, heading for 3/4 of a mile. And Foiled again, and State Treasure inseparable there. Down along the inside, Better's Edge racing in third. Thinking Out Loud has been hung out off the gate. Outside, Clear Vision is third over. Has 5 to make up. Ultimate Beach Boy is shuffled back. They're at 3/4 of a mile. Turning for home in 1:21.2. And Foiled again, continuing on. State Treasure now faded off of the leader. Thinking Out Loud is out in the middle, down along the pylons. Better's Edge. Far outside is Clear Vision. Final 1/8 of a mile for Foiled again. Better's Edge trying to go on. Thinking Out Loud gaining ground. Far outside is Clear Vision. Here's Foiled again. A big effort from Thinking Out Loud in the middle. Foiled again, Thinking Out Loud. Thinking Out Loud and Foiled again tight.
Yannick left with Foiled again and tried to wire, but ended up only this much short as he just got collared in the shadow of the wire by Thinking Out Loud, who went off at 26-1 with John Campbell, winning the mile in 1:49.1. Foiled again took a tough beat, as did stablemate Clear Vision, who closed well in the 3-horse photo. John Campbell had 3 drives all night. None of them was less than 14-1. He won with 2 and he finished third. Johnny C can still get it done, folks.
Absolutely.
That's going to do it for this edition of PA Harness Week. Thanks to the folks up here at Mohegan Sun and Pocono Downs who always roll out the red carpet for us and for all of us, including Bruce Casella, Sharla McBride, my boo, Heather Vitale. I'm Steve Ross, reminding you to pick up the pace just a taste and get yourself high on harness.
It's only natural.